Pero dahil, in our family hindi talaga kami gano'n ka-vocal when it comes to what we are experiencing. Kasi
Ma
may iba na nakikinig lang pero you can feel in their
oo,
emotions na
oo.
it's
Hindi kayo
ni DJ and na-realize ang dami pala, 20 points.
Welcome to MarriageLifePod. My name is Daniel.
My name is Princess.
And in today's episode, we'll be talking all about opening up and becoming more vulnerable with your spouse. So, Beb, excited ka ba bago ang ating setup?
Yes. Actually, luma na to. Ginamit lang namin ulit. Kasi sayang naman, di ba?
Yes. Actually, just a backstory before we go on to the episode. I was doing my own podcast during the pandemic. So, we invested in a lot
Before.
before. We invested in a lot of, this equipment. Sabi ko, sayang naman. Tapos si Beb kasi siya yung nasa behind the scenes. So, might as well do this. So, for those of you who are watching right now or listening, tell us what's the audio quality and if you want us to use this moving forward to our future episodes. Because I think very cool, no?
Yes.
Parang nasa radio. So, Beb, before na, mabore pang ating audience,
Yan.
vulnerability, very important topic. And what made us discuss this topic, I think it's very important na i-share mo.
Okay. Actually, I read one line from a book and it really makes sense. So, I will read it na lang. Vulnerability is about sharing our feelings and our experiences with people who have earned the right to hear them.
Wow. Actually, medyo mabigat siya kasi parang, I mean, sa buhay mag-asawa, di ba, there are times where kahit tayo, when we got married, during our first year, even sa inyo, I'm sure, na-experience nyo yung parang there are times na meron kang feelings, meron kang mga emotions na tinatago mo kasi you are not yet familiar how to share that with your spouse.
Yes.
Right? So, and there are times also, ito yung mga feelings na nagbabattle up and nagugulat ka na lang na yun pala yung pinagmumulatan ng away nyo.
Yes.
Right? So, and also just to credit where it's due, yung book,
From Brene Brown's Daring Greatly.
yeah, kasi,
I'm currently reading it. I haven't finished it yet, but it's really interesting.
yeah. And we love reading books, kaya parang nung nabasa niya, parang I said, tara Beb, let's create an episode about that. And I think it's a timely rin na content to talk upon or topic na pwedeng pag-usapan kasi a lot of marriages tend to fail whenever they tend to hide secrets or even they just try to create this external facade.
Yeah, a wall for them not to show their real emotions. Actually, I can relate to that. Kasi, nung bago kami kasal, I'm not really, na-share ko na ata last time yan sa mga previous episodes na I'm not really used to sharing my emotions, my feelings, ganyan. Siguro dahil in our family, hindi talaga kami ganun ka-vocal when it comes to what we are experiencing. Most of the time, we are just quiet, kinikip lang namin siya, or most probably we'll just share it to our friends, ganyan, pero not that much. And I realized na during our first year of marriage, I'm not really that vulnerable sa husband ko. Hindi talaga ako yung tipong nagsishare ng emotions ko. He just taught me to really express my emotions.
Yes. Ang sarap lang niya balik-balikan kasi yun yung mga dating away natin eh.
Yes.
There are times kasi na parang nag-aaway kami, so siya tatahimik siya. So ako, and ako as a lalaki, alam niyo naman to na every husband or even as a man, hindi tayo manghuhula. We don't know how our wives think. And there are times na kahit na pinaparamdam na sa atin ng mga misis natin, hindi pa rin natin siya mag-gets kasi we are not designed to be that way. There are times na gusto natin verbally express ng wife natin or ng spouse natin yung talagang feelings isa. Kasi paano mo siya maintindihan? Hindi ka naman manghuhula, di ba? You are not God. That is omnipotent,
Omniscience.
omnipotent, or, na you know everything. So, I think it's really important. And also, yun nga, yung there times sa pag tumatahimik ka, syempre ako, as a husband, hindi ko rin alam how to handle. So, tatry ko siya suyuin in a way that I know, pero yun pala, hindi pala dapat ganun lang panunuyo ko sa kanya.
Yes.
Natatawa siya.
Those are the days.
Yeah, I mean, even ngayon, meron mga times na,
Hindi naman maiwasan yun sa marriage.
yeah, lagi naman nag-aaway. Pero, syempre, you are fighting not to create division, pero para ma-solve yung away. Yeah. So, and,
Yeah, sorry. It just popped in my mind. Just recently, we had an argument, a heated argument actually, na I was disappointed sa kanya because I feel disrespected the way he treated me last time na parang the scenario is he was teaching me something sa work, actually, sa work namin. So, nagkaroon ng conflict, kanyan. So, parang the way he is teaching me about that, I feel like I'm disrespected. So, parang, ano lang ako, na-trigger yung ano ko na parang, bakit hindi niya ako nilarespeto, ganyan. So, parang, in a way, na-solve naman namin siya. Pinag-pray namin siya. At the same time, there is forgiveness, reconciliation. Syempre, kailangan yun. But after that, nung okay na kami, the next day, I asked for wisdom and discernment to God. And he revealed to me these things about pet peeves and trigger points. So, pagising ko, nag-devotion ako, nagbasa ako ng Bible and all. Tapos, naglagay ako sa notes ko ng mga trigger points and pet peeves ni DJ. And I-realize, ang dami pala, 20 points. So, parang minsan, alam na natin yung cause, pero minsan we're not really aware of it. Na parang paulit-ulit siya kasi hindi mo siya binibigyan ng pansin. Like, for example, no, si DJ, pet peeve niya yung hindi mo papatayin yung switch ng AC pagising mo. Yung tipong patay na hindi mo pa pinatay doon sa main switch. Pagising niya, pag nakita niya yung AC na naka-on pa rin yung doon sa digital bar, magagalit siya, syempre. Parang
syempre, magmamahal yung
yeah, he wants to save the electricity. That's the reason, actually. Pero siguro, naging pet peeve na rin niya, na parang, para naging, siya, na paggising niya, kailangan, kasi unang-una ako nagigising sa kanya.
Pero
So,
doon, yung vulnerability doon is if I'm willing to accept. Kasi nung nilatag niya sa akin yung pet peeve, actually, alas lahat. Pero syempre ako, as an initial reaction, magde-defensive mode ka. Hindi naman ganyan. Pero kasi nga, we are trying to solve that problem, not to create a division. So, sabi ko, sige, then let me, tinanong niya ako, ano yung mga pet peeve ko? So, syempre, I said it to her as well. And, and just having that conversation, there's a form of vulnerability na, hindi kayo magkakaayos kung hindi kayo open sa isa't isa. Kasi during that time na nag-away tayo, I think it's still, the wound is still fresh. So, lalo na pag nag-usap tayo na medyo fresh pa yung wound, ang hirap niyang i-deal na parang magkakaroon pa ng aftershock ng away. So, the time na parang naging logical siya, sinulat talaga niya lahat ng pet peeve. Tapos ako meron din note to self. Actually, pag nag-away naman kami, laging may note to self. Pero the thing is about that, if we are not vulnerable to express our feelings sa isa't isa, we will never know that.
Yeah, exactly. At saka kung hindi rin ako naging vulnerable sa'yo na, Beb, I'm hurt. Parang ganun. I feel disrespected. Parang ganun. If I did not share it to you, you will not know. And maybe, I will not also realize the things na nagkakos ng problem. Like, for example, nung time na yon, one of the things na pet peeve mo, yung naghihintay ka. So, parang, I feel like yung naging cause nun is yung naghintay siya ng matagal. So, parang, for me to avoid those arguments or yung mga conflicts na
Or triggers.
mga triggers na pwede naman nating gawan ng paraan, 'di ba? Like iwasan natin na like for example sa akin, iwasan ko na paghintayin yung asawa ko, ganyan. Kung maghihintay man siya, sabihin ko sa kanya. Kasi minsan ganun ako. Yung iniisip ko na, maghihintay naman siya parang. Pero actually, we have to tell it to them, babe, malilate ako ng 20 minutes, ganito, ganyan. We have to inform them kasi yun nga yung nagtitrigger sa kanila eh. Like for example, yun din sa AC. Ang ginawa ko, pagising ko, gumawa na ako ng alarm na turn off AC. So, parang at the same pagising ko, alam ko na kailangan kong i-turn off yung switch. Diba? So, it's practical. Minsan kasi parang we're making it a big deal, pero pwede naman pala natin siyang gawan ng solusyon. Diba?
Yes. And actually, speaking of vulnerability and feelings, while I'm doing or we are doing this research, meron ako nabasa from Merriam-Webster. Yung word na vulnerable. Sabi dito is, vulnerable is ultimately derived from the Latin noun vulnus. So, vulnus means wound.
Okay.
So, if you divide the vulnerability, so vulnus, ability. So, you have the ability to go into the wound.
Okay.
Kumbaga, pag meron kang sugat, ano siya, di ba, fresh siya. Pero masakit. So, ang tendency mo to cover that wound is, to cover that yung sakit, you cover it.
Okay.
Which is, kung meron ka talagang wound, you need to cover it para hindi lumala.
Okay.
Pero there are times na para malaman mo what is the cause of that wound, you need to open it up.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi pag hindi mo siya treat properly, kinover mo lang siya. Sorry, we're using medical terms.
It could be infected.
Yes, it can be infected. And pwede siyang kumalat.
Yes.
So, using that analogy, in the marriage as well, merong mga sugat na if you are not dealing it, you are not being open, you're not vulnerable, you are just covering up. On the surface level,
It looks okay.
It looks okay. Na talagang clear siya. Pero pag binuksan mo pala, ang lalim pala niya. Baga there's a lot of rotten things.
Yes.
Diba? So, I think it's also comes with yung how to deal with expressing your emotions, yung talagang healing. Kasi yung healing takes time. Like anyone, it takes time. And being vulnerable also takes time. There needs to be a form of humility, yung talagang pagpakumbaba mo. Kasi ang hirap yung parang mag-open up eh. Sa friends nga lang eh. You might have friends na matagal mo nang kasama or kilala mo, pero they are not yet vulnerable. So maybe we are just thinking na have we not earned the right for them to be vulnerable to us?
Sometimes, kailangan mo talagang piliin yung mga tao na pagsisharean mo. Kasi, you have to choose the right person na alam mo, you have built the trust to them, at the same time, they can carry the weight kung ano yung share mo sa kanila.
Wow.
Sometimes kasi, shinare mo, like for example, hindi pa siya ganun ka hinog, kumbaga yung taong pagsisharean mo. And then you share it to them. Pero yung response niya sa'yo is like nothing. He did not even respond to what you've shared.
Apathy, kumbaga walang emotion.
Yes. O parang nag-agree siya, yes. Pero, he didn't get something na alam mo na he understand. Na alam niya, na empathize ka talaga. Is compassionate, kumbaga naramdam. Iba yung tipong na-share mo siya sa isang tao, tas naiyak din siya. Kasi he can feel you. Parang there's this bond and trust na build mo with them.
Yes. And actually, meron akong, I don't know which podcast yung narinig ko. Sabi niya, you can judge the quality of the relationship based on how open you are with that person.
Okay.
So, for example, tayo, if we'll make an audit to the type of friends that we have, the time of people that we encounter with, the most people na very close tayo are the ones who are vulnerable to
Sa'yo.
us and also us to them.
Yes. Kumbaga, mutual siya. Mutual trust din.
Kaya merong mga instances na when you are sharing, talagang if they are sharing, mapapaiyak ka.
Yes.
And if you are sharing, mapapaiyak din sila. And these are not fake tears na, kasi for us, wala namang artista sa amin, di ba?
Minsan lang.
Minsan
Sa
lang,
TikTok.
sa mga skit, right? Pero what I mean is yung, hindi mo siya fake eh. So,
Yes.
and also it shows care. Kasi when you are vulnerable, you are putting your heart to someone. Syempre, you are expecting some sort of a response na, even na hindi siya mag-comment, even na wala siya sabihin, pero the fact that the person is listening to you, you are being heard, you are being seen,
And you can see the emotions.
yeah, in their face, di ba?
Yeah. Kasi may iba na nakikinig lang pero you can feel in their emotions na it's
Hindi
black.
kayo vibe ng energy. And there are people na, this is also one of the reasons why when you met someone na parang ang gaan-gaan ng loob mo kagad. Kasi they are open to you, they're vulnerable.
Yes.
And you're also vulnerable to them. So, I think for me, vulnerable is a strength as a man.
Yes.
Kasi there are times as well, I think na-discuss natin to kagabi while we are brainstorming. Yung sa toxic masculinity.
Yes. Minsan, iniisip ng iba na kapag lalaki ka, manly ka. Hindi ka dapat umiiyak. Hindi ka dapat yung nag-share ng pakiramdam mo, ng feelings mo, and anything. You just need to be strong. Ano man yung pagdaanan nyo, kailangan mukha kang strong.
Yes.
Diba?
And also, it's a very toxic culture kasi the reality is man has their own emotion as well. And minsan lack of support for men. Kaya most of the time, yung men yung nagpapakamatay, nagsisuicide. Because they cannot express their emotion and they don't have someone to be vulnerable. Even their own spouse, minsan nahirapan sila mag-open up. So, I mean,
They just bear it.
yeah,
alone.
Yes.
Diba?
And
Hirap nun.
mahirap siya. This might be a graphic little bit, but this is reality. Kaya I think, when we are like talking about vulnerability, maraming topics na pwedeng i-discuss dito. So, kayo, if you have any questions, toxic masculinity, pet peeves, traumas, sex, because sex is also a form of vulnerability sa mag-asawa. Right? You are bearing your soul to your other half.
Yeah.
Kasi you are one flesh eh. Diba? So, there's vulnerability in it. I think it's also a good topic. So, kung gusto niyo pag-usapan, especially kayong mga married or people who are not yet married but are interested in this topic, comment lang kayo. We'll be happy to share it. And also, yun nga, like sinabi mo yung nag-empathize, feelings. Ay, meron akong gustong basahin dito. Very, siya. So, sinabi natin kanina, vulnerability is opening up yourself to someone. Vulnerability is, laying down your soul, expecting to have an empathy na parang yung makakapag-empathize sa'yo. But also, this is one thing that we needed to remember. Vulnerability also has a risk.
Yes.
So,
That's
ikaw,
true.
share mo.
Actually, risk siya in a sense na yung katulad nung sinabi ko kanina, yung about sa vulnerability na you have to share to someone na earn yung trust. Because when you are sharing it to all people that you meet, na lahat open, very exposed ka. Kumbaga, very transparent ka sa lahat kung ano nangyayari sa life mo, sa marriage mo, you're just sharing it. The thing is, there are people na hindi mo alam kung ano yung motives nila or intentions nila listening about what you are facing right now or ano mga sitwasyon mo. You have to protect your peace. You have to protect your marriage. So, you really have to be wise sa pag-share.
Yes.
Vulnerability is not about all out.
Yes.
Vulnerability is also having that boundaries.
Yes.
Na you know when to stop, you know when to share, who to share.
Yes. And when to start even.
Yeah.
Kasi minsan nga doon nag-umpisa yung chismis eh.
Yeah.
When you are an open book person, it's a positive trait, pero when kasi pagiging open book, there should also be a form of constraint. Boundaries nga sabi mo. If there's no boundaries, you are an open book, you are sharing your life to everyone, and what you're really saying is, because shinare mo siya sa maraming tao, you are allowing them to have a say whatever you are experiencing through.
Yes. And others too, they portray it something na parang you're attention seeker. You want that attention.
Yes, I think dyan pumapasok yung fake vulnerability.
Yes.
So, merong tinatawag na fake vulnerability na madalas, I mean, I'm not sure if you encounter or meron kayong mga, nakilala, friends or family member, whatever. Fake vulnerability is something look like this na meron siyang problema. Yung tao may problema, umiiyak, nag-share siya ng sub-story niya, blah, blah, blah. Tapos later on, yeah, it's okay, yeah, you can do it. Tapos, syempre, you develop some sort of emotional investment. Diba, tinakil natin to last time. Emotional investment. So, ikaw, you feel connected. Pero the thing is, that person pala have a motive. So, nangyari is, dahil ikaw emotional invested, later on, na you buy or you bought into that sub-story, sabi, pautang naman.
Yung pala.
Diba? May mga ganon eh. Yung, kaya meron din nag-remind sa amin na pag meron kayong mga friends, yung laging umiiyak, or especially if bago lang nakakilala, siguro less than 1 month or whatever, lagi umiiyak, lagi nag-open up, especially if joining in your life group, you need to have some sort of discernment.
Yes.
Right? Discernment, wisdom. Kasi bago pa lang, they're opening up so much. So, minsan kasi, it's a tactic for the other person to feel connected to you.
Yes.
And pag magaling na artista yon,
Pang-famas.
yeah, I mean, di ba? Ikaw na, sige, magkano ba kailangan mo? Diba? So, I mean, hindi siya may iwasan na meron talaga mga ganun tao. But it's just important to
Kailangan may discernment talaga. Whatever it is.
Yes, have the discernment, pray for it, have the wisdom. Kasi yung mga tao talaga, when someone open up to you, pag-pray mo muna na, ano ba talaga, why is it vulnerable? I mean, we are talking earlier about marriage, we transition to friendship, to individual, kasi I think it's, it transcends.
Yeah, hindi lang naman asawa mo yung na-encounter mo, diba?
In all relationships.
And it's related pa rin sa marriage kasi lahat kayo apektado doon.
Yes. Doon nag-umpisa mga chismis.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, I think, yung sabi natin, fake vulnerability. This is also used. Meron kaming napanood. I'm sure napanood yun na yun. Yung Marry My Husband.
Yes.
So, napansin natin doon, di ba, yung si Sumi ba yun? Ano ba? Sumi, lagi siyang, it's a fake vulnerability but used as a form of gaslighting.
Yes.
Kasi parang umiiyak siya lagi, tapos pinaportray na siya yung victim. Diba? So, I think we can discuss this topic, gaslighting, into our future episode.
Good topic.
So, comment lang kayo dyan. You can also message us on Instagram for, any type of questions, diba? Kasi the platforms are there for you to utilize it. I mean, without your support, without you listening to us, this will not exist. So, we really appreciate your attention and your time listening to us. Anything that you wanted to share? Before I forgot, meron pala dito. Maganda yung quote na to. Sabi niya, the secret ingredient that takes your relationship from good to great or from surface level to soul deeper connection with your spouse is that it's like saying na, I trust you enough to show you the real me.
Yes. It's all about trust talaga when it comes to being vulnerable.
Yeah. Trust and showing the real you. Kasi if you are not real, kahit na may trust ka,
Yun lang.
diba? Or you are trustworthy, pero yung trust is built on fakeness. Iba rin na.
That's possible too.
Yeah, diba? So, gaslighting, again, that's also one way. Later on, we'll dig deep into that. So, anything that you wanted to share before we end this episode?
I think vulnerability, malawak siya na topic. This is just a piece of it. So, we can go back to this topic next time as well.
Yes, yeah. And that's why it's really important to know what your, needs are, ano talaga yung nasa thoughts nyo, yung mga audience natin. Kasi with your, inputs, we can discuss it more and we can make it more relatable and more specific to your needs.
Yes.
Right? So, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much again sa pakikinig. My name is Daniel.
My name is Princess.
Until the next one, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye!